What if you never knew about these two men being the final boss in the new Matrix? You ain't wrong. You just don't want people thinking you're crazy. I am the themondli, and let's deep dive into how these two gaslit you into believing that they never got along and how they became the final boss. Elon Musk became a target after President Trump leveled up in his first term, and Elon expressed his discomfort after Trump pulled the US out of the UN Paris Climate Agreement. Lock in. This monumental document was designed by multiple countries worldwide to spy and kill air mutants that damaged our communities. And Trump believed that this document would take buying power and a lot of cash away from American people's pockets. Elon Musk clamored Trump and Americans to be kept on check with the destruction of air mutants. So he stunned the entire world by stepping down from Trump's secret roundtable of advisors. Both their sneak disses turned into tirades that had the global economy on a standstill. They both met at the White House after the pandemic took the earth by storm. They both sat next to each other looking like Harry and Meghan during wine tasting therapy sessions with Oprah. Elon out here smiling like one of them chihuahuas from White Chicks. Soon after, he ferociously tweeted, "Man, this nigga Trump is past his prime and must let go of his political drip permanently." The agitated Trump Ubered his anger to his Truth Social account and put Elon on a blender. "I know you ain't talking trash about me, you colonial immigrants. Let's not pretend you wanted funds for your stupid electric toys for me, you big-nosed buffoon. How are you the CEO of a company that makes cars that don't drive longer and faster than cars that run on gas? Ben 10 alien head-ass boy. And don't forget that I'm your daddy. I made your Mountain Dew freaky face ass relevant. If you wanted anything from me, I would have you beg on your knees for me to do it for you, weirdo." And the masses turned up. Trump even doubled down in his disrespect to Elon in a rally.
I tell you what, Elon is not going to buy Twitter. Where did you hear that before? From me. From a fake account. She says fake. A lot of them. He's got himself a mess. You know, he said the other day, "Oh, I've never voted for a Republican." I said, "I didn't know that. He told me he voted for me." So he's another bullshit artist, but he's not going to be buying it. He's not going to be buying it.
Bro, how did you get folded by a tan orange man who's worth nearly 30 times less than you? You recently packed Jeff Bezos to the shadow realm with one emoji, yet all the money in the world couldn't hire you a ghostwriter to deal with Trump. At second glance, President Trump's heart changed towards Elon. Evidently, Trump unfairly compared Elon to Thomas Edison as one of the greatest geniuses of our time. This backhanded compliment to Musk was a warning to the Biden administration that their days in the White House as the final boss were numbered. Eloquently, Elon's successful chaotic takeover of Twitter gave him power to reinstate Trump's account. President Biden's mind was tilted when he witnessed the resurgence of Trump's campaign as the final boss unfold. Fast forward to early election year, Elon quickly backed away from the keyboard. Now mind you, I woke up early Sunday morning in my home country and the family room was VFX with silence. My face turned pale after I saw Trump getting flicked near his head.
Take a look at what happened.
I got you, sir. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes, sir.
Hold on. Your head is bloody.
So we got to move to the bus.
Let me get my shoes.
Okay,
Watch out.
Hey yo, cameraman, hold up! President Trump lifted his hand like a DJ at Diddy's freak-offs, placed it on his bloodied ear, stared back at it, shaped like the South African map, and camped above the ground. Then the Secret Service forted above President Trump like the scramble for Africa. Consequently, an armed swarm of troops glitched the entire podium in case President Trump was racial to the gulags. Suddenly, man stood up from the podium, said, "Wait, wait, wait," and raised his fist as if he was All Might from BKHA during the first industrial revolution. Pure cinema. Trump's plot armor was so strong that President Biden wanted no smoke from him. Trump's iconic flick right here was Grammy award-winning album cover worthy, straight out of Nelson Mandela's playbook. President Trump's album topped the charts and pulled a Taylor Swift in the political landscape. Then Elon Musk confirmed on Twitter that he officially endorsed Trump. So they shook hands and executed a master plan that altered the sacred timeline. See, Trump had a problem. All his Republican presidential candidates wished he was better off dead because they were afraid of being exposed as corrupt if he ever returned to power. Yet, they fully couldn't grasp how shaken former President Trump and MAGA heads were. Thus, all his opponents dropped out like flies. The God key in Trump's aura was so bright that Biden got packed into early retirement by former VP Kamala Harris, who was the Democrats' last hope. Surrounded by uncertainty, Trump needed to act quickly. Moments after, he and Elon kickstarted their own Avengers, such as J.D. Vance, Tulsi Gabbard, Vivek Ramaswamy, Mark Rubio, Pete Hegseth, and Linda McMahon to push his contentious agenda. This included an end to all DEI programs from the government, trade tariffs on America's neighboring countries and China, enforced absence from the UNHRC, acknowledgement of only 2 genders, drilling of oil, and mass deportation of illegal immigrants from the US. All President Trump had to do against Harris was follow the script in their presidential debate, but broke kayfabe in the most humiliating way.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country.
This was enough validation for Harris's celebrity endorsements from figures like Taylor Swift, Eminem, Rihanna, Leo DiCaprio, the Obamas, and even Beyonce, who exposed Harris's underhanded clickbaiting that night in Texas. All the star power from Harris made President Trump and Elon's arms sweaty. Not even Elon's $1 million handouts and pep rallies bridged the gap between these two. However, a Yu-Gi-Oh trap card of his son Baron Trump got activated after it fell out of Trump's back pocket. People ran straight to him and were advised to attend podcasts and streams hosted by young content creators.
A very tall son named Barron. He knew the youth vote. You know, we won the youth vote by 36 points. And he was saying, Dad, you got to go out and do this one and that one. And we did a lot of them. And he respects them all. He understood them very well. And he said, Dad, you got to go out, do Joe Rogan, do all these guys. And we did. We did, and Joe Rogan was great. They were all great, right, Aaron? They were all good.
They approved it and gambled their campaign. Weirdly, President Trump's trap card threw VP Harris's game plan off the cliff. Her appearance on Oprah made her look goofy. You telling me that her interview with Shannon Sharp had more comments than the number of views of the episode itself? Nah! Then things got weirder on election day. Lock in. President Trump was going to lose his electoral seats from Pennsylvania until he snapped his infinity gauntlet and the Amish community spun the block with their cattle and blew the voting ballots away from him.
We are now projecting that Donald J. Trump will win the state of Pennsylvania. He is on his way to becoming the 47th president of the United States.
A few moments later.
The Fox News decision desk can now officially project that Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States.
The former president's comeback will be complete with a win in Wisconsin, a state that he narrowly lost 4 years ago. He is now the second president in U.S. history to win non-consecutive terms. The first was Grover Cleveland in the late 1800s. Senator J.D. Vance will become the 50th vice president of the United States. Voters expressed deep frustration with the Biden administration, and former President Trump and the future President Trump overperformed in urban areas, particularly with men, proving that the strategy that they doubled and tripled down on over the course of the last few months absolutely succeeded and brought him back to the White House.
47th president of the United States, former President Trump now defeats Vice President Kamala Harris, who entered this race just over 100 days ago. And for Democrats, they were projecting the possibility of running the table with battleground states.
This and the young Gen Z voter turnout won President Trump the White House for the second non-consecutive term, the first time in over 130 years. Thus him, J.D. Vance, and Elon Musk became the final boss of the Matrix. You went wrong. You just didn't want people thinking you were crazy. The same way I'm crazy for Hodlana Blakely after this video about how President Trump beat Hillary Clinton. I am the Mondli, and this is goodbye.